Good morning. I'm out here, I guess it's almost noon, out here at the farm close to King's Corners with Frank Furlan. And Frank is growing, among other things, squash. And Frank's going to tell us about it. Go ahead, Frank.
Yeah, good morning, Dennis. Yeah, we've been growing squash probably for the last 25 years. And this squash, we got about 58 acres in two separate fields here. And it's all contracted through Bondwell, Canada, and it's contracted every winter through the OPVG for pricing, and we plant according to the tonnage that Bondwell needs. So in the spring, we plant it in 5-foot rows, and so every row, that you can't see the rows at this time of the year, but every row is 5 feet apart, and they're planted about 4,500 plants per acre by the seed with a precision planter. Through the course of the summer, they get a couple of 2 or 3 or possibly 4 fungicide applications, and that is done with help of a crop scout that keeps an eye on the diseases and bug pressure. So then after that's done, the vines, as you can see, has died down. That's because we had a premature, it died down prematurely because of frost we got on the 18th of September. And you can see some of the squash are still green. I don't know if the camera can pick that up or not, but that will be questionable whether it'll be harvested or not. We'll probably start harvesting in about 2 weeks. Bondwell has to finish up their sweet corn harvest before we get into this crop here. So then once we start harvesting, it's put into, we make a driveway to let a tractor down, and we put it into a harvest aid, and there's about 8 or 10 people in front of the harvest aid to help us pick this, and it's put onto a conveyor belt and then onto a trailer and off to the factory.
One thing I noticed is your weed control is excellent. Like, can you use chemicals on squash?
Yes, there's one really. Sandia is something that we use. It's a chemical that we can use in tomatoes as well. It helps, but we are in here for sure once hoeing and maybe twice hand weeding, and yeah, the weed pressure in this particular field is low, so it's good.
So what's the use of these squash at the factory? What do they use them for?
They peel them, dice them, and freeze them, and they'll be, I would imagine you can find them in the local markets or superstores, grocery stores, possibly under the brand Arctic Gardens, which is a Bondwell brand. And some of them end up, I think they resell some of the finished goods for further processing to different people that may do baby food or process it a little further.
Maybe the institutional market too.
That's possible, yeah.
I want to get around here so the sun's the other way.
Okay.
I always have trouble with lighting. So what, I know you've got the squash. What else goes on the farm, on your farm?
Well, we grow processing tomatoes for HCC. We grow a lot of fresh market Halloween pumpkins. We also grow fresh market squash, different types. This particular variety here is Ultra Butternut. It is specifically, well, anybody can eat it, but it's a processing variety. And the ones we grow for fresh market are a little smaller in size, more similar to something like this one.
Yeah, only even smaller.
Yeah, or even smaller.
These are kind of big. Well, there's one right there.
Yeah, something like this one. So, and we grow, you know, the normal crops: wheat, tomatoes, or sorry, wheat, soybeans, and corn. Sweet corn also for Bondwell, peas for Bondwell, and seed corn for Corteva or Pioneer. And Yeah, that's about, I think I covered them all.
And then you have a fruit stand.
Yeah, we have a fruit stand located up on Longwoods Road. That is a self-serve fruit stand. And there's squash. Squash can be purchased there. And my daughters have, I believe, put some recipes on Instagram. And, you know, because we find that a lot of the customers are, especially 5 years ago and beyond, were older people. Now I find in the last 5 years that a lot of younger people are starting to purchase squash and using it, you know, and these little recipes that they put on Instagram or online helps them, you know, when they get it home and what to do with it.
I love squash. I think it's great.
That's good.
And what about machinery? You want to talk about the machinery business?
Well, the machinery business is kind of a sideline, but we more or less a sideline, but we do have a rental fleet of tractors for farmers in the summer and snow pushers in the winter. So it's so those tractors are working year round. And we also buy and sell used equipment and some new lines of smaller things, scraper blades and that kind of thing.
Well, thanks, Frank, for taking the time to come out and show us the squash and tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, no problem.
I've really enjoyed the time here.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. I just wanted to take a minute and drop out here to Furlan's roadside stand. What I was looking for was a little roadside stand somewhere. This is far from a little roadside stand. They have pumpkins, they have gourds, they have squash, they have all kinds of stuff out here. So if you wanted something to decorate your house, or like these little pepper squash, these pepper squash are really good. I'm going to grab some of those before I go. Butternut squash, they're really good. These are the ones, these sweet mama squash. I got some of these a while ago. They are really good. I'm going to grab some of those too. Anyway, I was surprised. Frank said that they had a little roadside stand. Well, this is more than a little roadside stand. They've got pumpkins of all sizes, shapes, colors. They got green ones, they got orange ones, they got speckled ones, white ones, all kinds of things. And they've even got some swan gourds. Here's a swan with his neck hanging out here. Hey buddy, are you okay? I guess so. Anyway, if you want to do a little fall decorating at your house, or shop for supper, this is the spot. Anyway, I just thought I'd add this on the back of Frank's video. And anyway, if you haven't subscribed to our videos, now would be a good time to do that. It doesn't cost anything. It really helps us in our the way YouTube views us and how often we come up. And if you like this video or any of our videos, give us a like. And if you haven't liked the one with the tackleberry skates, go back, view that one again, and give us a like on that one. We need to get to 100 likes on the tackleberry drain video. And Tom Kerr is going to come back and do another video for us, another story. And boy, it's a doozy. It's a good one. Tom has a lot of good stories, so if you could just give us a little like there, and we'd appreciate it. And while I'm here, there's a shot at some of the equipment they have. They rent these tractors and sell scrapers, box scrapers, used equipment. I even sold them a tractor a couple years ago. I had it here on consignment. They sold it in one day. Anyway, thanks for viewing. We'll catch you on the next one.